Okay, let me see here. Looks a little dark. What's going on, guys? I hope you can see me okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I guess I should probably put this on. All right. Yay, it's snowing outside. It looks so pretty. What's up, Gavin? Yep, I'm doing great. What's up, Lori? It's great to see you. Welcome to All Signs. We are going to be taking a look at the person on your mind. If you have anybody on your mind. All right. What's up, Cryptic? Good morning. It's so pretty outside. It's snowing. There's all this snow on the ground. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. Thanks, Gavin. I got my cherry chocolate coffee. All right, let's get some shuffles in here. All right. Hi, Lay. It's good to see you, friend. What's up, Mojo? What's up, Athar? I know that's probably not it, but what's good? It's nice to see you. That's what's up, Gavin. Congrats. That coffee sounds amazing. I was just looking at a cherry bag before I clicked the live. How hilarious. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I'm in your mind, all right? So, you know what I do want to say, Cryptic, my favorite, while I love the cherry chocolate one, my absolute favorite will always be blueberry. And this happened on accident. I know that nobody cares, but this happened on accident where my old best friend from Boston, she was trying to convince me to go to Dunkin' instead of Starbucks. And I was like, first of all, ew, right? But I was like, fine, you know, and like I ended up giving it a try. And they had a blueberry flavor there. And I ended up trying it. I didn't go to Starbucks for like a month after I tried it. It was honestly so good. And now I just love blueberry coffee in general. And it sounds so weird, right? Like blueberry coffee. Oh, it's so good. So good. What's up, Chase? What's up, Karen? What's up, Kines? Good morning, Melinda. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. God, these cards, these small ones are so hard to shuffle. I am a blueberry everything. Bagels, candles, desserts. Like, I get it. Oh, so good. All right, you guys, well, welcome. Obviously, I'm happy to see you this morning. We are going to be taking a look at the person on your mind and why they will never forget you or why you are unforgettable. Their feelings for you as well. So if you do have somebody on your mind, great. It doesn't have to be a lover or romantic partner, but that's usually what I focus on because it's usually what people are looking for. But you can apply it however you see fit. Of course, as always, I am taking super chat questions. If you want to go ahead and book your super chat question, you can do so right now for 20% off in about 5 minutes. I'm going to start the event, so you will no longer get the discount. So if you want to go ahead and put in your question now so you can get the discount, feel free to do so. If not, that's okay too. And you can find that link. It's the pinned comment in the chat box. Sorry, I'm a little stressed out today. My daughter she's sick, and then my other daughter totally forgot her backpack. And so I've just been running like a chicken with its head cut off this morning. So I'm a little kind of all over the place. I haven't really had a chance to meditate and like chill out on the energy. Let's start with Leo. Come on, Lay. You know better than that. You know you're not allowed to say it until I command it. All right. But I love you, Lay. You can't take advantage of the soft spot I have for you. Okay? It's not moral, Lay. You can't take advantage. Okay, let's see here. Of course, I have to turn on my creepy, dark ambient music because I still am a Venus in Scorpio after all. All righty. Even though I don't like it so much anymore, but that's okay. All right, what are we going to play today? All right, in just a couple of minutes, I'm going to ask you which sign we should start out with. Not yet, though. Okay. You have to wait. You have to wait for my command. All right. All right, give me 1 second here. Damn, it's hot as hell. It's freaking hot in here. All right, we're going to do this. All right, yay, I got it. All right, last chance. Get those super chat questions in for the discount. Now I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys, which sign would you like to start with? Go. Ready, set, go. The answer that comes after Lori said, all hail the queen. Ah, I love you too, Lay. So it looks like it's Capricorn. It's Here I Am Again 1. Okay, so if you guys are going to be mad at anybody, be mad at Here I Am Again. Don't be mad at me. I make the rules and I just must follow them. Okay, that's how it's going to go. God, I'm like not feeling how my hair is parted today. It's like making me look freaking flat-headed or something. All right. I feel like we need to... I feel like the camera is too high. And I don't need you guys to like see my coffee and shit, but it just feels like it's freaking high. All right, let's go ahead and move that. That looks trashy. All right, well, I guess that'll have to do. Okay, oh, that's good. That works. All right. What's up, Faye? I'll go ahead and button one of these because this is looking a little slack. Here in Japan, it is a panicked atmosphere. I hope the Lord will help us. What's going on in Japan? I've really been trying not to look at the news too much. I don't know about anybody else, but, you know, mental health kind of went down the shitter. I mean, I have a pretty strong mind, so not really, but not me saying anyone else is weak, okay? I just like, but there was a tsunami in Japan? Earthquakes and a tsunami. Oh my God. How scary. The world is so weird right now. The world is so weird right now. I don't even know what to say. I am so sorry. That is so terrifying. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to get your super chat questions in. I am now going to start the stream on Hipsy. And then what just happened? Wait, I'm really confused. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Sorry, guys, hold on. Why is it saying I'm available for sessions right now? No, I'm not. That's weird. Okay. Am I tripping? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, I'm not. Okay, let me go ahead and start this. Okay, maybe I misread something. All right, so what's up, Candy? Good to see you. All right, you guys. So, like I said, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind. We're going to see why you are basically unforgettable to them and their feelings for you. So, if you have someone on your mind, great. That is likely who we're going to look into. If you feel like I don't think I really have anybody on my mind, I don't really feel like I'm interested in someone, then it could just be a family member or a friend. But usually these are pretty romantic. And as stated, if you want to book a super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find the pinned comment in the chat box. If Lori could please write a new one, because the pinned chat right now says pre-book your question for 20% off. If you could write an updated one or one of my mods, so that way I can pin it, that would be great. And then we can go ahead and get started. Damn, it's so hot in here. I have my little dorky socks on. I can't even wear them because it's so freaking hot. So hot in here. Okay. Thank you, Kenneth. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just waiting for this comment, and then we can go ahead and get to it. There we go. Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate it. Perfect. Perfection. All right. Thank you, darling. Okay. Phew, it's freaking hot, dude. It's freaking so hot in here. Maybe I should go turn down the TV. I mean, the TV. Maybe I should go turn down the thermostat or whatever. The TV. Where's my head at, dude? I don't like my hair today. All right. So we're starting with Capricorn. So let's go ahead and get straight to it, shall we? All right. Sending you love too to Southern California. All righty. Okay. All right, Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Today, we are going to be taking a look at the person on your mind and why you are unforgettable to them and their feelings as well. But first, we're going to go ahead and pull a little bit of energy, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so let's see. Show me Capricorn's person. Ugh. Damn, that's a hell of a way to start out. The Ten of Swords and their energy. This person feels betrayed. Like something is done. I feel, I'm going to be real with you. It feels like this person is pretty done. What a hell of a way to start out the stream. Why is that? The moon. This person is either done because some kind of subconscious fear is coming to the surface. And so they may be paranoid, but I feel like it's something that they can feel. Okay, like something that they're intuiting, because that Ten of Swords is a damn, like how many swords does it take to kill a person? Not 10, right? So something felt like an overkill to this person, and I think that it brought up a lot of subconscious fears that they already had and just kind of emphasized them as well. And I think that this person is really trying to trust themselves and listen to their intuition about the connection. What happened? The Ace of Swords reverse. Oof. There was some kind of lie or misinformation, or words were being twisted, okay? Or someone said something really nasty, something like that. But to me, it's this person that feels betrayed. So if you got to reverse it, reverse it. Okay? Now, for others of you, if you are the one that's betrayed, this person can be trying to kind of hide out and not really communicate with you because they don't want to admit to something that they've done. They're delaying some level of communication or delaying some level of truth or whatever because of a potential fear that they have. What's the fear about? The Two of Cups, about connecting with you in some way. I don't think that this person trusts you, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's either that this person doesn't trust you, either because of something that you actually did or something that they're paranoid about, or it's that this person feels like they betrayed you and they're trying to hide out because they know that they'll end up having to make some kind of decision around accountability, taking accountability in the connection. Okay. But something definitely happened here. Like, this was not like, for the Capricorns who had like an easy breezy, beautiful, lovey-dovey connection. This isn't it, baby. You know, this is not it. This is not you know, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood kind of relationship. This is something, a massacre happened here or something. All right. Well, that's their energy towards you right now. They love you though. Like, that Two of Cups is a very strong soulmate bond. You know, it's not like they're completely devoid of emotion. It's there, it's present. I heard, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Why you are unforgettable to this person, for better or for worse. The Chariot. This person feels like you try to raise the bar, and you do try to raise the standard. Like, you're somebody who is, you think about the Chariot is Cancer. It's cardinal water. So whatever you may be emotionally motivated by, you are incredibly persistent in regards to putting effort towards said thing. This is somebody who may feel like you have raised the bar or raised the standard for what they expect in relationships or new relationships. They feel like you're a very hard worker. And even though you sometimes have fears around, around maybe being vulnerable, or just fears in general, they feel like your courage outweighs the fears. And you're somebody who's willing to buckle down and actually do the work. They may feel like you're actually hardworking when it comes to your profession or what you do for a living as well. Maybe they feel like you have a really good routine, or it's somebody that's really motivated, like a tenacity that you have. Why is that the thing that stands out? The Hermit reverse, because it's something in themselves that they want to adopt, or it's a quality that they wish that they had, or that they're learning to grow. And that's what happens, right? Like, when we meet certain people in our lives, it's for a reason. It's not just because this is a random person who popped up. No, there's usually something there to learn, or there's a childhood wound being mirrored back at us, or there's some kind of quality or trait that we're needing to adopt or learn. Like, I noticed, for instance, that you know, I have so much earth in my chart, but I'm constantly having fire signs in my life. You know, my daughter, my mother, my dad, my best friend, like, just constant, you know, and it's teaching me courage. It's teaching me to take action, you know? And so it's something like that for this person. Give me one more. The Star reverse. Even when you don't have hope, it's like your drive. Even when you lack the faith, or you don't have hope, or you're not fully healed, or whatever it is, you have a lot of drive and determination. It's like, what you don't have in optimism or faith sometimes, you make up for in tenacity, or going after your goals, or outworking people, or whatever it is. It's something like that. Okay. Which is like, that sounds like Capricorn. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why? Ooh. The Queen of Swords reverse, the King of Pentacles reverse, and the Magician reverse. That's their feelings. So I don't know which side of the fence you're on. I don't know if you were the manipulator or if you were the manipulated. What I can say is both sides. Okay. So if this is somebody who feels manipulated by you, that's what they feel. They feel like you are a user, like you're somebody who tried to ride their coattails or use them in some way, whether it's financially or for status or just because they look good on your arm or whatever, and they're pissed about it. For others of you, if you are the one that was manipulated, then I would say that they're very well aware of how much they've triggered you. They're very well aware that they have used you in some capacity. And this is somebody who may have felt like they got to know those triggers in order to kind of use them against you. Okay, if that's applicable to you. So either side. Sometimes I got to spin it. You know what I mean? You have fire, heart's desire. Okay, now I'm getting the that Drake song. I think it's called Fire and Desire. So I don't know if that's applicable to you. Then we have nothing will come of this situation. Okay. Heart's Desire says, sing along to your heart's song, for it knows what you truly want. I feel like the fire is dying, if I'm going to be honest, or the fire is dead, especially for it to say nothing will come of the situation. It's asking you, what do you really want? And then act in accordance with those desires. Pretty point blank, period. Okay. So what a hell of a way to start off the readings, Capricorn. Thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. All right. Let's see here. All right. Thanks, Candy. All right. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and see why you were unforgettable to this person and their feelings. First, I'm going to see their energy towards you, Aquarius, okay? Show me this person's energy towards Aquarius. The Four of Pentacles, define that. The Page of Swords. This person still holds on to you, okay? Especially if you're in no contact with them, they haven't let it go. I mean, I think that this is somebody who is likely still incredibly curious, always kind of checking on you, seeing what it is that you're doing, trying to catch up on what you've been doing lately, what you've been busy with, things like that. Because there's a little bit of a fear, a hesitation to let go of you for some reason, or to completely let this go. For others of you, if you're in contact with this person, I think that this person is holding back some level of information, not out of like any kind of weird spiteful thing or manipulation. Why are they doing that? The Eight of Wands reverse, because they're afraid that you're going to get that they're going to get blocked. Or for others of you, if you're not in communication, it's because you actually have this person blocked. Okay, or they're afraid to get blocked by you. What they are watching, they are kind of spying on you a little bit and seeing what you have going on. But there's a fear to take a risk or a fear to let go. You know, this could be somebody who's been watching your page for a while or whatever, and they're like, should I say something? You know, is Aquarius in a relationship? Or it's like there's definitely a curiosity, but I'm wondering if they're fearing some level of rejection by you. And even if you're together with this person or you're taught, like, I think that there's something what information are they withholding? The Temperance, Sagittarius energy, that they're trying to create something with you. The Temperance is about making something that feels impossible possible. And they may view it themselves as impossible. They may be like, well, you know, freaking, Aquarius doesn't want me, or, you know, Aquarius doesn't want to marry me, or whatever the thing is. And so they're like, but I still want to do this though. Like, I still want to say it because they want to bring something into balance, but I think that they're fearing some level of rejection. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit here. Okay. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Now, let's go ahead and see why you're unforgettable to them. The Four of Swords. Okay. Tell me more about that. The Hangman reverse. Some of you ghosted this person. To me, this is more so about mystery. Like, there's something about you that is very mysterious in this person's eyes. They feel like they don't know what you're thinking, or they don't know how to judge you, or they don't know which category to put you in, or because it's the Four of Swords can sometimes represent indifference and just being very logical, quiet, to yourself. And the Hangman reverse can be like a lack of perspective. I don't have perspective. For some of you, this is a person who feels like you've come from a very healed place, or the decisions that you make come from a very healed place. And for some of you, if you've had a lot of interactions with this person, or you're in a relationship, this person may feel like you were not willing to make certain sacrifices for them because of your logical thinking, Four of Swords, because of your decision making that does come from a very healed place. They do feel like you're a little bit stubborn, I think. The Ace of Pentacles reverse. This person, this is somebody I think you had a missed opportunity with, or somebody who feels like they could never have a chance with you because of that Ace of Pentacles reverse. And you have to think, right? Like, the Ace of Pentacles in the upright, what does that lead to? Well, it leads to the Ten of Pentacles. And if you look at like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, you're going to see a bunch of mountains behind the Ace of Pentacles, which is symbolic for challenges. Okay. And so this person was ready for the challenge. This person was up for the challenge, or is up for the challenge. But they feel like you're detached, you know? And if that's why you're unforgettable to this person, maybe this individual is very used to always getting their way, getting what they want. Everybody, you know, serving them hand and foot, or whatever it may be. Four of Wands reverse. That's their feeling. They don't feel welcome. Why? The High Priestess. Because they feel like you're the shit. The High Priestess, excuse my French, but the High Priestess is the very desirable woman or man. Okay. It's somebody who's very desirable. Everybody wants the High Priestess or priest. Okay. Whatever gender you are. But they're unattainable. It's like something that you can see, but you can't touch. Almost like a mirage, something ethereal. It's like, damn, you know, and this is somebody who feels insecure about that. Seven of Wands. This is somebody who feels like they would really have to compete to get a taste. You know what I mean? Or compete for your attention. Even if you've been talking to this person, like maybe this is somebody who feels like you have a lot of people that want you, and they're like, I don't know if I can, you know, but it feels like, because that Seven of Wands though, like you have to remember the Seven of Wands is somebody who's confident that they can win something. But the Four of Wands reverse makes me feel like they believe they don't really have an invitation to compete in the first place. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't even think, like, I do think that I could win over Aquarius or whatever, but I don't think that they want me to, or I'm not really getting the signal, you know? House 1. Clear the path, embrace the journey ahead with an open heart, ready to discover and grow from the revelations to come. So you have House 1 reversed. If it's reversed, House 1 is yourself. If it's reversed, then I imagine it would be looking at the opposite house, which would be the descendant, or the 7th house, which would be others. Luck is on your side, reverse. Makes me think of Jupiter retrograde in Cancer right now. Having like Jupiter retrograde in the natal chart, for instance, like you usually have to learn a big lesson before you get the big reward. I have this in my natal chart. I have Jupiter retrograde in Pisces in the 11th house. So it's really about learning the lessons before the gifts can be granted to you. And I think it might be in regards to relationships, like there's still a lesson to learn, or you're needing to create your own luck, because that can be Jupiter retrograde as well. Okay. So something to think about. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you. So let's move on to Pisces. What's up, Barbie? Okay. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind and why you were unforgettable to this person. Okay. So their energy towards you, first and foremost, is the Page of Pentacles. Could be a younger Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. The Page of Pentacles is no slouch. You know, the Page of Pentacles is a very hard worker, somebody who really wants to put in the effort, create a connection with you that matters. It seems like this person does have something to offer. They have a message to give you, or they want to say something to you. They want to give you something. The Hierophant reverse. But okay, so I'm getting double Taurus energy here for some of you. It doesn't have to be that sign, but this is somebody who's willing to put in some level of work, but on their terms, or in regards to what their beliefs are. It has to be on their terms, what they decide, who, what, when, and where. However, it can also be a bit of a unconventional proposition. Now, I'm not saying that this is what it is, but maybe they're like, oh, I want to, have a relationship where there's more than one person in the relationship. Okay. I think it's called polygamy or something like that, or being polyamorous. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what it is. There's just something that may be a little unconventional about what this person is trying to offer you, or there may be a certain level of stubbornness around what they're trying to give. So like, yes, I want to give you this, but on my terms. I want to give you this, but it has to be my way. The Emperor. I heard, don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me. Because it's almost like this person is giving you like this little crumb, not like a crumb, okay, but they're giving you a little something, like almost as a test, but they're capable of a lot more. Like, oh, this is nothing. This is nothing. That's what it feels like to me. Why is that Hierophant reversed? The Ace of Cups reversed. That's why, because they're trying to give. So there's something about this person where they're trying to just give a little bit right now because they don't want to drain themselves attempting to build a foundation with something that they're not sure of. That's what I'm getting from that. But this is somebody who is very, like, if you're dealing with a little girl or boy that lives in their mom's basement and is like playing video games and eating Cheetos all day, this is not this person. This is somebody who's very self-assured. They know exactly who they are. They are probably exactly who they think they are, and they know exactly what they bring to the table. And so they're not going to go all out on a person that they feel isn't even sure of them or something like that. Why is Pisces unforgettable to this person? The Lovers reversed. You guys have different beliefs. There, listen, something is unstable between you and this person. And this is somebody who remembers you as an individual that disagrees with them on a lot of fundamental things like religion or spirituality or just general overall knowledge or values, morals, things like this. For some of you, this person knows you or doesn't forget you because you're someone who cheated. Okay. That's a side note. That's for some of you. The Judgment. I heard the one that got away. Some of you were the one that got away. For others of you, this is a person who feels like regardless of some level of miscommunication or disagreement in regards to morals, values, or relationships or how you want relationships to go or whatever, even if like you blame this person for certain things, you're also willing to take accountability for your own shit. You know, it's not like you're just projecting and you're like, everything is your fault and you're a piece of shit and whatever. No, like this is somebody who feels like you are the type of person, while yes, maybe you run a tight ship for other people in your life, right? Maybe you have a certain standard, but you also are someone who's going to take accountability and not just like, you know, those people do what I say, not as I do or whatever. You're not that. You don't set a standard for someone else and then turn around and not take accountability for yourself. The seven, okay. You got Pluto and Venus and Scorpio here. All right, we get it. The sex is good. Okay, great. Pisces, I think this person is very well aware of the intimacy between the two of you. They're not shy about that. This is somebody who feels like you're a bit of a sexual fantasy in some way, shape, or form. There's something about you that is very intoxicating. Like very intoxicating. Why is the Lovers reversed though? The Two of Pentacles reversed. For some of you, you juggled or you kept your options open. Okay. But you were honest about it. For others of you, you were willing to drop this person like a hot potato if they did not align with what your beliefs and your values were or are. But you're very intoxicating to this person. Okay. I feel like there was in this connection or in this dynamic, there has been or there are a lot of headbutts. Like you guys are constantly butting heads or there's something like that. I see it. Because this person is very self-assured. Like, at least when it comes to you and also who they are in the connection. The 10 of Cups is their feeling. Some of you guys have a family together or you're already in a relationship. Maybe you have children together. Maybe you bought a home together. And if you haven't, this person feels like you are that individual that they could have long-term happiness with, that they could pour into and they feel like they would get something in return. Not in like the tit for tat way, not like that, but something that's very fulfilling. Oh, the Three of Swords, though. Why the Three of Swords? Why the Three of Swords? The Knight of Pentacles reverse. They feel like you're very critical of them. That's why they're bucking up like that, because they think that you're very critical and judgmental of them. Like nothing is ever good enough, or because I think that you do hold them to a certain standard, and like, I get it, rightfully so, right? But they feel like you're so critical of them that they have a hard time moving forward in the way that they want to. This person also may have insecurities around their financial stuff. Okay, so that could be it as well. You have North Node reversed, so that would be the South Node. And you have Veil of Illusion. Lift the veils of illusion, seeking truth beneath the surface to navigate through love and career authentically. There's some kind of perspective that you have to let go of. And I'm thinking about Neptune moving direct. I think it's on December 10th on Wednesday. I hate it when Neptune is retrograde. It makes my intuition is weird. But anyway, so I feel like this is about you being very honest about some kind of illusion that you've been clinging on to for a while. It says the answers you need are coming, but it's in reversed. I feel like you need to find the answers for yourself, because you've been living like under a veil, maybe for some of you, or in some kind of fog or confusion about yourself or this connection. And there's maybe something you need to revisit or let go of to find the answer in regards to your career or love. Weird message. Weird message. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Pisces. Now we're going to move on to Aries. Can Saturn return hit some signs harder than others? I mean, I think if like Saturn is in its fall in Aries, or if Saturn is like in the first house or in one of the angular houses, like, yeah, you're going to feel it. You know what I mean? It might feel a lot more intense. I have Saturn in my 7th house in Sagittarius. And when I had my Saturn return, my 7th house, which is an angular house, right? The 7th house naturally opposes the first house, or opposes potentially whatever planets you have in there, and will also square any planets you have in the 10th or the 4th. So I think when you have something like a Saturn return, or even a Saturn transit, rather, especially in an angular house, like, yeah, you're definitely going to feel it, especially if you have other angular planets. All right, so let's move on to Aries. Let's move on to Aries. Especially if you have like harsh natal aspects to your Saturn, like any squares or oppositions. Because when that Saturn gets on top of that Saturn, it's going to oppose the exact planets, or square the exact planets that your natal Saturn is already opposing or aspecting negatively. All right, so Aries, let's go ahead and take a look at why you're unforgettable to this person. Let's first look at their energy towards you. Aries, they're in the 8 of Cups energy towards you. They're kind of taking a hike, you know, they're taking a little bit of a hike. This looks like a feminine energy. So for my feminine Aries, if you have to reverse this, by all means. But it looks to me like this is somebody who really doesn't trust you. Okay, I heard that there was something you may have said to this person where you may have called them, like told them they were too sensitive, or they were being a baby, or something like that. And I'm like, this person's energy is super loud. This is a very heartfelt person. I'm not saying that they're a perfect individual. Okay. I'm just saying that this is a very heartfelt, like sensitive person, somebody who loves really hard. And I think that they felt discouraged from showing up as fully feminine because they felt like it wasn't safe to do so. So like, okay, well, that's not really a thing. I have to kind of walk away from that or whatever. Because there's not a whole lot of trust that this person has for you because it was broken at some point. The Five of Pentacles. Damn, dude. What is up with the energy? What is up with the energy? They feel abandoned or they feel a little lost in regards to you and them. I heard it's just not worth it. Damn. This person's energy is really loud. I feel like they're hurt. Why is the Queen of Cups reversed? The Five of Cups reversed? You either reconciled with somebody from the past or, let me think. This person may feel like you don't have any regrets or you don't even give a shit at all. Like you don't even care that you hurt them. You don't even care how you're acting or you've acted. All right, Aries. Well, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to move on to why you're unforgettable to this person, but I feel like I already know. This is pretty dark. Cool. Okay, well, why is Aries unforgettable to this person? I'm afraid to look. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. They feel like you're a karmic. Like you're somebody that they just kept repeating cycles with over and over and over again. It's the hamster on the wheel. It's the treadmill that runs in place. It doesn't ever go anywhere. It's just the same shit, different day. And there's this weird attachment that they feel to you, but at the same time, they feel like it's never going to go anywhere. They feel like you never learn. And like, why is that the thing that they remember? The Sun reversed? Because I think that it did crush their ego in a lot of ways. The Sun reversed is our pride and our ego. And like rightfully so, you know, my ego would be a little wounded as well. The King of Wands. They still feel like you're sexy, you know. They think you're sexy. They think that you're sexy. You're sexy. What the fuck? Sex in the City. They think that you're sexy. But they're like, where does the confidence come from with how ridiculous you are? Like that is their mind frame about you, Aries. Like, where is the confidence coming from? I don't get it, you know? But they think that you're sexy, though. That's the thing. They're like, well, they're sexy, but, you know, Aries is a piece of crap or whatever their mind frame is. Because they are not happy with you, boy. I'm telling you right now, they are not happy with you at all. Ooh, Queen of Wands reversed. Oh my God. You pissed this person off. Okay, this is very, I bet your guys' like intimate sessions were wild. Because this is someone, they look at you like these freaking cycles, like you never change, right? You're always trying to control everything or whatever. Something maybe has to be on your terms, or you're overly self-righteous, or, you know, just whatever, right? But then you're all like confident. And it pisses this person off because they're just like, where? Why? You know? And they feel like you two are a match to a degree, but you still piss them off. Now, for others of you, this person, you're unforgettable to them. Yes, they're attracted, blah, 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 but they may feel like you use somebody else to make them jealous because of that Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed can be like the other woman or the other man, or, you know. Oof. So, more bad than good, but not terrible. Their feelings for you, Ace of Wands, they still, okay, I'm telling you, the sex was wild. Something about the sex was really good with that Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like the phallic, masculine shape, right? Two of Wands reverse, they're not fucking doing anything. They can be attracted all day. It doesn't mean shit, you know? That's kind of where they're at. Yeah, Three of Wands reverse. But they're frustrated because they may have had certain expectations that they feel like you didn't meet. And so now they're frustrated because yes, they want to make a move, or yes, they feel inspired or attracted enough to do it. But the Two of Wands reverse is like, I'm not doing it. I'm not calling. I'm not the one that's going to text. I'm not the one that's going to approach, or whatever it may be. And this person may be waiting for you to level up or do something that they want you to do, but they feel like you're really not. And so it's just kind of pissing them off, honestly. The trine reverse, river of release, and believe in the impossible reversed. Well, you know, a trine in astrology is something that's very easygoing. It's an easy flow. It's a promise. This is not a promise. I want to say, try not to make things harder than they need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're doing, right? I don't know if you're like maybe picking at them a little bit. Maybe you are trying to make them jealous, whatever it is, but like, don't even poke the bear. This river of release, where it says drift along the river of release where waters carry away burdens guiding towards renewal. So don't make things harder than they need to be. And I don't know if you're doing that. I don't know how you're doing that, whatever. But even if it's just on yourself, make things as easy as you can for yourself, definitely, but maybe this person or anybody involved. Okay. My goodness. And trust and believe. Listen, I always have female clients who come in asking about an Aries man. So many times. I'm like, what are y'all Aries men doing out here? What are you guys doing? Y'all sound like the dang Antichrist. I like Aries women, though. No problem, Candy. Not saying I don't like Aries men, but, you know. So, Taurus. Taurus, let's go ahead and take a look why you are unforgettable to this person. First, we're going to check out their energy, why you're unforgettable, and then their feelings. So let's see their energy first. The Seven of Pentacles, they're pretty invested, but they're going a little bit patient because they want something from you. They feel like they've invested a certain level of intimacy, energy, thoughts, conversation, money, something like that. And they're like, hello? Hello? The Six of Pentacles. So if we're going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Six of Pentacles, where this person may have been heavily invested and they were trying to give you as much as they could or whatever, now they're pulling back a little bit. They're like, I'm just going to give you a little bit now, you know, just not as much as I was or something. This person does see your value, though, with that Six of Pentacles. They're trying to gift you something. For some of you, this person may buy you something with the Six of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. Oh, buddy. They feel like no matter how invested they are, no matter how much they try to offer you or how much they give, it's just not good enough, or they feel like they could just never win. They could just never win with you. Never gonna win with Taurus. Never gonna win. Just doesn't matter, you know. Why the Five of Swords? The Six of Cups. Oh, this person thinks about you a lot with that Six of Cups. And they may feel like the memories and the connection that you guys have is really what's not enough. And so they're still very invested. And I think that they're trying to offer you something, gift you something, or give you something of substance or even potentially material value. But again, they just feel like they don't have enough. Or two sixes, though, are pretty positive, is a pretty positive omen. So I don't think that they have bad intentions. Okay. I heard, do you remember like I remember? Do you remember it like I remember it? Something like that? What does that mean? Do you remember it like I remember it? It's almost like this person wonders if you guys even had the same experience. Like if you guys went on a date, or because this person is really invested, but they feel like it's not enough, or they're not enough, or they're confused about the connection that you share or shared. What's the thing that's unforgettable about Taurus to this person? The King of Swords, the Strength card. Okay. And the Empress. Wow. Showing up as your own major arcana. Damn, babe. Look at this. Oh, shit, Taurus. If it doesn't work out with this person, make sure you give me a call. Just kidding. So, I mean, Taurus, I mean, what an interesting combination of the masculine mind of the King of Swords versus the leadership qualities of the Strength card, but then yet this deep feminine creative energy of the Empress. That's a hell of a combo. This person sees you as very intelligent. They remember you for your mind and your confidence with what you say and how you say it. Your ability to be able to think outside of the box and have heart in regards to what you're saying and what you stand for. You think about the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is Aquarian energy. And so I feel like there's something either very unique about the way that you think, or the way that you talk, or your perspective, or your viewpoints. And also, this person feels like you're very confident in that about yourself. You're somebody who is highly, highly creative. Like you attract these experiences or this beauty to you without even trying, and you stand in your convictions, and you mean what you say, and you say what you mean. And somebody who's very, either very handsome or very gorgeous. The Empress is very stunning, very striking looking. Dang, Taurus, shit. Okay. Okay. This person's feelings, the Knight of Wands, lots of passion, very attracted. Ooh, I feel like this person's going to take action. Very attracted. The Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups. Ooh, this person's on the move. I don't think this person's going to let you slip out of their sight. They want to bag that, you know. But I don't know how you're going to respond to that Knight energy. Like, even if you, like let's say that you just started talking to this person, or maybe you just been on some dates, like this person does not want to let that slip out of their fingers. If this is somebody that you've been with, again, they do not want to let you slip out of their fingers. Even if you're married, you can, I bet you this person is going to end up like trying to woo you, or buy you flowers, or take you for pancakes, or this person maybe trying to just make you laugh, and like it's all of that kinds of sweeping you off your feet vibes. The Nine of Cups, damn, this person feels like you have it all. Taurus, you guys have the best reading so far. Shit, this person feels like you have all of the qualities that they want in a person. I feel like it's a little self-seeking, like this person is a little, you know, this is going to make me look good, or like, don't get me wrong, the feelings and everything are genuine, they really are, but it's at the same time it's very self-serving. Like this person, like there's something about you being with this person that makes them look better, or makes them look good, or you know, kind of like a trophy is what I'm getting. I don't think they have bad intentions though. I really don't see that. I heard I want to make you remember. Okay. You have Sagittarius reversed. You have planning phase. And you have it's time to take action, Taurus. Sagittarius reversed, planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. And then new moon in Aries. Sagittarius reversed. So there's, I feel like this is external from this connection. There's something that you want, Taurus, and Sagittarius in its shadow phase, or whatever you want to say, like its shadow self, because it says Sagittarius reversed. These can sometimes be people who are too confident, self-righteous, very flamboyant to like the point of just being annoying, or sometimes they just be like overly optimistic. This is saying like it's fine to have a little bit of optimism, but you have to have action with whatever it is that you're so optimistic about. It's fine. Like if we want something, we can sit here and pray and pray and pray to God or the universe or a fucking tree all day. But if we're not taking action, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It's not just going to like fall on your lap. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to fall on your lap. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Taurus. Let's move on to Gemini. But I got to pee first. BRB. All right. Gotta take my collagen. Thanks, Enigma. All right, Gemini. Let's see why this person feels like you're unforgettable. But first, we're going to see their energy towards you, okay? Gemini. The Three of Pentacles. For some of you, you may work with this person. They may want to collaborate with you or work with something or work towards something with you. There's some kind of common goal that they feel like you have that they're really on the same page with you about. Like it's something that they want to strive for or go after. Okay. So similar goals. 5 of Wands reverse. I feel like this person is letting their ego fall to the wayside in regards to whatever this is. So for instance, maybe you guys had a disagreement before on some kind of common goal. And now they're kind of like, you know what, maybe Gemini's idea about this isn't so bad, or the kind of relationship that they want isn't so bad. Or if you guys are married and you want to buy a house or something like that, and they have a very specific mind frame for what they want that to look like, you have yours, right? And so they're like, you know what, maybe I should just give Gemini what they want. You know, it can kind of be that energy instead of trying to fight with Gemini. Or for some of you, this could have been like, if you work with this person, there could have been some weird competitive thing, like they had a weird ego thing about you and like your ideas and your work or the things that you do, even if you don't work with them. Like there could have been some kind of maybe perspective that you had or have, or the work that you do may have challenged their thinking in some way, or even challenge their own work ethic. I feel like they're sometimes intimidated a little. Yeah, 9 of Wands reversed. I think this is somebody who's really trying to let their guard down, where before maybe they were very self-assured, and this was the point that they're making, and this is what it's going to be, and they were kind of in their ego with that five, because at one point that 5 of Wands was in the upright, which is challenging another person, but it's all ego. It's usually just ego getting in the way of something. And now this person is like, you know what? Let me just take my little sword and I'm going to put it down on the floor. And you know what? I'm just going to be like, yeah, you're fucking right. You know what I mean? Like, like sometimes when my mom and my dad have like a little bit of an argument, my mom 9 times out of 10 reigns, right? It's like what she says goes. And you will notice that he will sometimes just be like, okay, like fine, whatever you want, and it's like, shout out to my dad, by the way, but he's just like, okay, like whatever you want, and he just kind of lets it go. He's like, yeah, babe, like I'm on the same page, that's what we're gonna do, even if it's something as simple as dinner. Like that's what this person is reminding me of. Let's see why you're unforgettable to them. Damn, the world, you taught this person a lot. You taught this person a lot. I think you humbled this person. I don't think in a way where you were nasty about it or anything like that, but the world is usually somebody who's very successful in some area of their life, or they have accomplished a lot. Even if that's just like being able to stay resilient when life is being really hard on you. It's Saturn energy. So it's somebody who has gotten to a point of maturation through hard work, determination, willpower, patience, stamina, seeing things through. Like this person feels you're that kind of individual. Like I'll never forget when I was dating somebody and this person just was very naive to like the world and people and politics, and not like I'm some genius about it, right? But and being able to see through people's bullshit, right? And so I would always say, hey, like you can't trust that person. That's not normal. And they wouldn't listen. And then months down the line, oh, I always had to say, told you so, told you so, told you so, right? So finally it got to a point where we were having an issue around politics. And they were like, okay, if you end up being right about this person, I will vote for whoever you tell me. I was right. I was right, and like that is kind of the vibe that you're giving off a little bit, you know. And so this person's like, well, you know what? Maybe Gemini is just whatever Gemini says should just go, because Gemini's been right, basically on every point. So I feel like this person has genuinely learned a lot from you. I think you've learned a lot from them too. I don't hate this reading. Oh, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Okay. If you're a person who's had a lot of insecurities or financial debts or dealt with a lot of those kinds of things, anything to do with work or taking care of yourself or your home or your family life or a business or something like that, and you've had a lot of failures and you've been able to kind of come out of it on the other side unscathed, or maybe a little bumped and bruised, but you still kind of stood strong, I guess you could say, that's something that they remember about you. Like, or like that's what makes you unforgettable to them, is that you could do that. This person may also feel like you have gotten to a level of success or something like that, or some level of achievement because of how hard on yourself and others you've been. So you can be very hard on yourself and others for some of you. The Page of Wands. Aw, but they feel like it's coming from maybe a wounded inner child, or they feel like, so this is somebody, if you are a person who has gone through a lot in your life, but you still have these dreams and these hopes of becoming an XYZ one day, or by, doing XYZ, or, you know, like you still have these dreams and goals. They believe in you. Like this is somebody who feels like you can achieve these things because of what you have overcome already. What's that? Why is the Queen of Pentacles reversed? The Two of Swords. I heard you've had a couple of misfires. Okay. This person feels like you don't see yourself correctly all the time. Like if you are very hard on yourself in some way, this person feels like you should give yourself more of the benefit of the doubt. Because they look at you like somebody who has all of this cuteness and this little fire and all of these achievements and this resilience and this patience and all of these things. But then you're like really hard on yourself, or you're really down on yourself, and they don't see you in the way that you critique yourself. This person's feelings. I still think that they don't feel good enough in some way, Gemini, in my opinion. The Devil is reversed. The Seven of Swords is here, and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This person is Veli. This person is, Veli is kind of cute for like some kind of name in a book. Anyway, the Devil reversed, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. This is a person who feels like you're very well, or excuse, not you. Oh my God. This person is very well aware of some kind of, inferiority that they feel about you. And they understand, I think that they understand that it is them and not you. You know, it's something within them. It's an insecurity within them because they don't feel good enough. They feel like they would have to, or they have in the past, overpromised things and not been able to deliver because otherwise, why would you stay? And they're trying to avoid that behavior because they're very well aware of it. This is a really good reading, to be honest. Maybe I just need to put these down here because this is driving me crazy. I don't like it when I don't have enough room on my desk. House 9 reversed. Seek clarity. Well, and then the end of a tough cycle approaches in reverse. Well, I don't feel like it's going to be the end of a tough cycle. You know, I still feel like there's a lot of work to do. House 9 reversed. Seek clarity, embrace openness and insight, allowing life's truths to reveal themselves. Well, House 9 reverse makes me think of the opposite house, which is House 3, which is a natural Gemini house. You know, how do you think? How are you thinking? What stories have you told yourself about your life? And maybe for some of you, making things harder on yourself than they really need to be. Like, for instance, if this is true about what this person thinks about you and why you're unforgettable, you being so critical over yourself, it's one thing to set certain goals or standards for yourself. That's fine. But how hard are you being on yourself that is causing you to feel discouraged? Are you really critical of yourself? Are you getting lost in the details, you know, of like your tiny little flaws or whatever it is that you may have? Because it's not helping. I feel like it's asking you to see something from a higher and a different perspective and have a little bit more faith in yourself, you know, because I think that you've come so far, Gemini, and for you to be so mean to yourself sometimes, it does project onto others for some of you. But I just don't think that you deserve to treat yourself that way. Like, life is already hard. There's thousands of videos and pictures every day that we see, you know, of people who have more money than us, who look better than us, who have the picture perfect relationship. But I'm telling you that everything comes with its issues. And you comparing yourself to maybe others or feeling like you're just not good enough for something, like you are, but you're not going to get anywhere with that level of thinking. So watch how you think about yourself, Gemini. You deserve better than to make life harder on yourself. Life is already hard. Like, I promise you, life is going to be hard on you a lot. Okay. So like, you don't need to do that. That is not your job. to do that to yourself. Okay. I love you. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Cancer. All right. I might have to pull out my other deck here, but we'll just keep it on the sidelines. All right, Cancer. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at why the person on your mind, their energy first and foremost, but also why you may be unforgettable to this person. And then we're going to check on feelings. Okay, Cancer. So let's see this person's energy towards you. We have the 3 of Cups reversed, the 9 of Swords, and the King of Cups reversed. What's that 3 of Cups reversed about? The Knight of Swords reversed. That's a pretty depressing energy. Why the 9 of Swords? The Justice. Yikes. I mean, it could be that this person is afraid you're going to find out about a third party or potentially some kind of lie that they may have told. And I say that because the King of Cups reversed with the 9 of Swords, it's like the 9 of Swords is somebody who has some level of anxiety about something. About what? The King of Cups reversed. Well, what is the King of Cups reversed? The King of Cups will literally feed you whatever they feel like they need to feed you in order to get some level of sexual or emotional need met. And so this person is also concerned about the Justice card. They have fear around the Justice. This person may feel like maybe you've made a final decision, or this person can feel like, you know, maybe they're going to get some kind of karma or something like that. And the 3 of Cups reversed, if you have not reconciled with this person, they're triggered by that, or they are feeling like there's some kind of disconnection between the two of you, and they're just kind of taking this weirdly passive approach that is getting them more in their head about things. For others of you, if this person does have a third party, I feel like you would already know about it, okay? I don't feel like this would be something new. Like if there's already been proof of a third party, I feel like you would already know about it. With the 3 of Cups reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed, this person may be trying to keep that under wraps, like something about maybe cheating or something about a third party situation. It's like they're trying to keep that quiet, but they may be worried that you're going to find out about it and make some kind of final decision, or they're going to get some kind of karma. Okay. If it's not that and you just aren't meeting up with this person, they're worried about it. Like they are worried about it. Because you have to think like the Justice is a decision that is being made without bias. This isn't where we are allowing our feelings and our emotions to get involved and we're like, "Oh, well, you know, they were really nice to me for 5 minutes that one day." No, this is like totally unbiased. And in traditional Rider-Waite, you're going to see that there's like a veil behind the Justice, which talks about there is compassion. Like there's still a level of compassion there, but it's being fair and it's being unbiased about a decision or some level of communication that felt very final. And this person seems to be worried about that. It's like, you know, you think about the King of Cups. The King of Cups is Scorpio energy. And the shadow side, and I say the shadow side because the King of Cups is reversed and it's surrounded by the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Cups reversed. Like this person feels like they need to be very secretive about things, you know, or there's some level of jealousy or moodiness around the connection. Okay. This person also may feel like they need to make something right with you, but they're worried about that because they're worried about telling you the truth, because the Justice can represent a truth. And this person fears doing that. So why is Cancer unforgettable to this person? The Page of Cups reversed. The Fool reversed. It's almost like the Cancer, it feels like it's about how you made this person feel that's unforgettable to them. That's what that makes me feel like. What's unforgettable about you to them is how you made them feel. Like, especially if you were someone who you didn't trust a lot, but you still were, like, to be honest with you, kind of naive or allowed yourself to be manipulated. Like, that's something that they remember about you. And so I think that can I get one more for that? Eight of Swords reversed, but you woke up with that Eight of Swords reversed, where maybe you were stuck for a really long time. Because you think about the Fool in the upright is Uranus. And this is where we let go. We have a brand new path for ourselves. We break free, right? It's Uranus. The Fool reversed is where we stay the same. And you may have been stuck in this pattern for a while, Cancer. And then something clicked one day and you're like, nope, not doing it, or like you saw through something, or you realized, wow, I'm actually really not trapped in this situation, or I'm actually really not, you know what I mean? It's something like that. And this person feels like you woke up to that. Tell me about that Eight of Swords reversed. The Tower. Let it burn. You let it burn to the ground, baby. Not to be dramatic, but I'm getting that those scenes in the movies where like a guy or a girl burns something right in the background, and then it's like the music cuts on and they have their sunglasses on and they're in slow motion. They're like walking and the fire is burning behind them. Like it's that vibe. Like you let something burn to the ground. Because I think that this person may have thought you were never going to leave. Okay. Or something like that. Okay, well, like you let something fall. They remember you for the Tower moment. But the Tower moment was caused from you gaining insight on the reality of a situation. And they're like, damn, maybe the reason why this makes you so unforgettable is because they were able to get over on everybody else, or they have everybody else fooled, or something fucking dramatic, right? And maybe they had you fooled for a while. The Four of Cups is in their feelings. The Ten of Wands reversed. The Six of Wands reversed. They're feeling overlooked. They feel like you don't see them, or they feel like you don't care. Four of Cups, Ten of Wands reversed, Six of Wands reversed. This is when we're feeling unseen. But we're not really doing anything about it. We're just, because this person is like, to be honest with you, the Four of Cups can be when we lack gratitude, when we didn't appreciate something when we had it. And they're kind of, the ego's taking a hit a little bit, especially because they're feeling rejected by you in some way. Okay. House 10 reversed. Vortex of change. And have faith in your dreams. Vortex of change says, engage with the vortex of change where energies swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. Whatever the fuck that means. What a weirdo. Just say what the hell you mean. Well, House 10 reversed can be pointing to the 4th house, saying maybe that's what you need to focus on. Maybe you're needing to move. Maybe you are needing to change something in regards to a family dynamic. Maybe there's something healed that needs to occur within a family dynamic, a parental dynamic, something with your children, or maybe you are actually needing to move. You may be feeling like you're failing with house 10 being reversed. You're not. It's asking you to have faith right now, especially because Jupiter is retrograde in your sign, something to kind of think about. Because you can have something, but it may be asking you to focus on the structure and the discipline of your day in order to acquire that. Also, house 10 can be your social standing, which can represent, are you married? Are you together with someone? Are you single? Don't lower your standard just for the sake of change, or don't lower your standard just to be able to have a relationship. Have faith that you can have exactly what you want, but you have to become that. You have to become an energetic match to said thing. Thank you, Cancer. All right, now we're going to move on to Leo. Okay. I know this coffee's cold now. Yeah. All right, so Leo, today we're going to be taking a look at the person that is on your mind. We're going to see what their energy towards you is. Then we're going to take a look at why you're unforgettable, and then we're going to see their feelings for you, okay? So I got to switch up my deck here. You have the Death reversed. This is a past person. They certainly haven't let go of you. I want to get a little bit more on that. The King of Swords. Oh, this person thinks about you like an obsessed Joe Goldberg stalker. Okay. They're not doing anything about it, really. I think this person is going to communicate with you. What's that Death reversed about? The Emperor reversed. Oh, very stuck in their ways, though, honey. Leo, this person is very stuck in their ways. No doubt about it. They're very stuck to a certain thought process. They're refusing some level of ego death. They're refusing some kind of ego death that I think you inspired in them, because you think about the Death and the upright and you'll see like a fallen king, right? A king who's like falling, he's being replaced, whatever, but he's like begging, he doesn't want to accept it. And that's what the Death reverse can be. It can be somebody who's refusing an ending or refusing some level of ego death because they feel like that is the only control that they have, or they feel like that is them trying to make sure that they have control over themselves, over the connection, over you in some way, shape, or form. And this person may be communicating something about like a level of change that they're not really willing to make. They feel like they're in the right, or that's what they're telling themselves. But that Eight of Pentacles reverse, they're not really putting in an effort. This person may be being very critical of you, or this person could feel like they kind of ruin their reputation with you as well. But it's like they're trying to double down on the fuck up that they already had, because they can't accept the fact of some level of responsibility, but at the same time, it's almost like they're trying to act like they're being fair, Leo. Like and I feel like you're in this energy of where they're acting like they're being fair. Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this for you. And you're Leo, you're thinking, well, you should have done that already. You should have done that anyway. Don't try to act all moral and high ground because you're doing this thing that you should have done, I don't know, 6 months ago or yesterday or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? What's that Eight of Pentacles reversed? The Strength reverse. Uh-huh. They're trying to control how you see them. They feel like you see them as weak. Whatever they did to ruin their reputation with you, they feel like they exposed a weakness of themselves. But it's like then they want to turn around and act like that's exactly what they meant to do. Or do you know what I'm saying? It's like somebody who tries to, like somebody who accidentally trips and almost falls in front of you, but then they try to play it off like they were dancing, or you know what I'm saying? That's not what it is, but you know what I mean? Okay, let's see why you're unforgettable to this person. The Six of Cups. Oh, you have been very sweet to them. There's a lot of really good memories. They feel like you gave them or created the space that allowed them to be able to be deep, to be truly authentically vulnerable. Very sweet. Like this person feels like you're so sweet. Like there's a very childlike being inside of you. Like you love like a child, or you have this optimism like a child. There's something about your inner child here. Like really cute. Two of Pentacles reverse, the Temperance. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. That's okay. Like very forgiving, very sweet. What a shitbag. I'm not calling your person a shitbag. I'm just joking. What's that Two of Pentacles reversed? The Five of Swords reversed. They feel like you weren't somebody who was going to play games. Like you are not the type of person who's all in their ego or trying to play games with them, or you know, try to manipulate the situation. They felt like there was a true, not like naivete. You have an authentic heart, like a very authentic heart, like what true love should look like. And this person feels like even when, like you had the ability to calm them, or when they felt off balance, you were their peace. Mm-hmm. You were their peace. And I think that this person, if there was like a long-term relationship or a marriage that you had with them, there was something about them where they felt like they couldn't even believe that you would want them, or there was some level of where they thought, oh, I could never get Leo, like, you know, or just assumed that they couldn't, but you gave them a chance and you held this space for them to be able to open up and truly be authentically vulnerable. And that's something that they could never forget. And you have a lot of wisdom. Like, even though your heart is so very childlike and so giving and loving and cute and whatever, they feel like you, with that comes rivers of wisdom that run through your veins. And even with all that wisdom, right, with experience comes wisdom. And I think the best wisdom comes from some of the hardest experiences. And even through all of those harsh experiences, you were still able to have this very childlike heart about you. It's really beautiful. But they're being a twat. This person's feelings is the Five of Cups reversed. The Hangman reverse. Oh, honey, please spare me. The Magician reversed. This person, like, why is that? Why did they refuse that? The Four of Swords. This person refused to accept some level of, like, there's a perspective that you have that they don't want to adopt because they feel like that will give them true insight in regards to who they actually are and what they are capable of versus what they're not. And so this person is like, whatever, I'm not changing my mind. I don't regret, blah, blah, blah. But it's because they know that in order to accept some kind of perspective that you have, it would mean they would have to sacrifice a part of their ego to be able to truly understand authentically that truth that you exposed to them or that you gave them. Because what is that going to lead to? It's likely going to lead to some level of ego death, and it's going to lead to growth. And growth does not usually look like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like $1 million today, and my life is the shit. No, it looks like hell. Sometimes it looks like the image that we had about ourselves is not what we thought it was. Who we thought we are is who we thought we are or were is not who we actually are, and when we're not willing to shed those layers, it can show up as ego. It can show up as stubbornness. It can show up as trying to control. Leo, you got your work cut out for you, baby. What's up, Scott? We have House 12 reversed. We have Frost of Stillness, and then we have your hard work is paying off. Okay. Well, House 12 reversed, this is like the shadow side of House 12. And if there's any shadow house, it would certainly be House 12 with respect to House 8 as well. But House 12 in a negative light, okay, can be our blind spot. What we don't realize is there. It can be our subconscious, and our subconscious reactions or actions can lead us to self-sabotage. It can also be about our mental health. And so when it says frost of stillness, embrace the frost of stillness, wherein the calm of icy pause, reflective clarity is found. So needing to really sit with that and understand really where that comes from, like take a minute. So if you are somebody who self-sabotages, or you're realizing that your mental health isn't so good, maybe you're not getting enough sleep, why? Like really ask yourself, where is that coming from, and your hard work is paying off. I do think that your hard work is paying off. I think that you've likely worked your ass off to get you where you are, whether that's mentally, financially, physically, emotionally, whatever it is. And you just keep pushing, Leo. You just keep going. Don't lose that sweet, childlike heart of yours. Don't let somebody else ruin it for you. Okay? All right, Leo, I love you. Oh, shit. All righty. Now we're going to move on to Virgo. Oh, what's up? From Manchester, UK. Very cool. Okay. Virgo, let's see why you were unforgettable to this person. All right, Leo, this person's energy towards you. Let's take a look at that first. We have, not Leo. Virgo, this person's energy towards you, the Page of Pentacles, could be another earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe somebody younger, doesn't have to be. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. Okay. The Nine of Cups in the upright. Why is the Nine of Pentacles reversed? The Seven of Swords. a little ego here, just a little, Um, it could just be codependence, but I don't think this person is being totally honest with you about a financial thing or the level of independence that they claim that they have, or this person may be making a certain promise or has made a certain promise to you that they may not actually be seeing that through. The Page of Pentacles, however, does have something to offer, but they may be exaggerating it a little bit, like what they have to offer. They may be exaggerating it just a tiny bit, because I think that they do focus on their own self-interest quite a bit, at least right now in the energy. The Nine of Cups wants what it wants. It's content with where it's at usually, but there is a desire to focus on personal desires and needs. So this person may, Virgo, kind of want to overpromise something that they can't necessarily deliver on. It doesn't mean that they can't ever deliver that promise. With the Nine of Pentacles reverse, there's a reason why they're making that promise. They may be trying to get away with something, or like, for instance, let's say you are married to this person and maybe there's been a little bit of a lack of intimacy, and they don't want that lack of intimacy anymore. And so they're like, okay, well, you know what? I am going to clean the whole house this weekend, and you're not going to have to lift a finger, right? And it's because they're trying to get away with something because they pissed you off, Virgo. So they're trying to get away with something. They're trying to kind of put the wool over your eyes a little bit. Don't worry, I'll clean the whole kitchen this weekend. And then, like, by the time the weekend's over, it's like, okay, the kitchen is clean, and they cleaned one toilet bowl, but they didn't really. And it's because they want that intimacy. Maybe they still want you to have sex with them, or something like this. So a little bit of over promising and under delivering based around their own selfish needs. And although I do think that they have something to offer, they are exaggerating what they're willing to give, Virgo. Okay. Why you're unforgettable to this person, the Justice card. Love that. This person, you're unforgettable to them because you're very fair. I think that they feel like you're a good person, you're a noble person, you're an honorable person, you're somebody who's going to do the right thing. You're somebody who may make very unbiased decisions based around your own personal values or your moral compass. You're very much about what is good for everyone, or like for instance, if you're in a relationship, your decisions are made around not just what's good for you or for another person, but what's good for the both of you. Where this person is a little bit more selfish. So I think that they admire that in you because they may lack that themselves, Virgo. The World, dang. Some of you ended things with this person, and that's why you're very unforgettable to them. But this is Libra and Saturn. Saturn is exalted in Libra. Saturn does really great in Libra. And so I feel like, again, there's something that they feel is so moral and good, and you do the right thing, and you do what you say you're going to do, and you finish your goals, or you've been through hell and back, right? You think about the world. The world is the last major arcana, so it's like you would have had to go through the entire fool's journey. And your decisions are based on maturity and experiences, not ego and spite and whatever. Wow. The Death reversed. What is that about? The Ace of Swords. I heard that's my story and I'm sticking to it. However, this person may feel like sometimes you're very stubborn in your thinking, or you're overly suspicious, okay, of people or of them, maybe rightfully so. This can also be somebody who feels like you don't always, well, no, I don't think that's it because that world is there. It's almost like this person sees you as someone who goes through the experience and acquires the wisdom, but you don't always act on it. Like maybe that means, you know, seeing somebody's red flags but not always acting on it, or repeating stories in your life and like the answer but it's like you just don't want to see it or something like that. But this person feels like ultimately you're just a good person, very wise person. Okay, their feelings, the Knight of Cups reverse, the Seven of Pentacles reverse, and the Hierophant reverse. I don't like that. That's a very on my terms, my way or the highway. This person is incredibly emotionally immature. They project some kind of emotional or sexual expectation onto you, and then they may feel like they have to push or coerce you into something to get you to agree. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that. Like, oh, you're not going to give me what I want, whatever, bye. It's very immature. It's ridiculous. They look ridiculous with that energy. No. Gemini, new worlds, be bold and make the first move. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Okay. Well, Gemini, we just had a full moon in Gemini. This can be about writing, studying, courses. Maybe it is about networking and socializing or content creation or something like that. It's telling you to keep learning about things and to take initiative in regards to the things that you're learning. Okay. Because there's something new that you're meant to discover, and it's telling you to focus in that direction. Like keep moving, keep studying, keep networking, keep creating, something like that. Okay. I feel like that's just in general, not really about this person. All right, that's what I have for you, Virgo. All righty. All right, let's move on. You're welcome, Mojo. Okay. Libra, let's go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind, their energy towards you, why you're unforgettable to them, and then their feelings for you as well. So let's see. Their energy towards you, Libra. Four of Cups reversed. The Empress. Ooh, this may be reversed for some of you, but I'm going to read it both ways. We'll have to see. And the Three of Cups. Okay, well, you're the Empress here. You share this card with respect to Taurus, of course. If that's just you and their energy, I think that this is somebody who may have not been so grateful for you before. They may have kind of ruined their chances, or they act like a whiny little bitch about things. Okay, for some of you. And now they're like, you know what? I just need to stop playing. Like, I just need to stop playing because you don't play about the Empress. The Empress, if you fumble the Empress and you had a chance, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, you don't fumble that. And so I feel like this person is potentially trying to reconcile with you. For some of you, this person could be friend zoning you as well. Now, if that Empress is actually this person, then I would say that this person is very well aware of their worth. They very much know their worth, and they may also want to nurture the connection. But first, it may just be friends, or they're wanting to build on top of your guys' romantic relationship into the friendship. Do you know what I'm saying? So like not just having a romantic relationship or a sexual relationship, also having a friendship with another person. Like that could be where their head is at. What's that Four of Cups reversed about? The Wheel of Fortune reverse. Candy, thank you so much. I really appreciate you gifting 5 people a membership. That means a lot. Everybody hashtag Candy in the chat. Thank you, darling. So if this person was someone who kept repeating a cycle, there was a refusal to change, there was a refusal to get out of like victim mentality, I feel like this person is letting that go and they're learning to appreciate you, or they're learning how to let go of control a little bit in order to nurture and build what it is that they want with you. What makes Libra unforgettable to this person? For some of you, this is a same-sex relationship. Ooh. Alrighty. Okay. Queen of Cups reversed, Judgment reversed, and the Knight of Swords. I said, what is the one thing that makes Libra unforgettable to this person? And I got the Eight of Cups. This person feels like you're unforgettable because you're willing to walk. If you don't trust something, if something is making you feel uncomfortable, if you feel like something isn't right, you're likely not going to reconnect with it or allow it in your life. You're likely going to run for the hills. So the reason why this may be what sticks out to this person is because maybe a lot of people don't walk away from this person. Maybe a lot of people chase this person down, you know, and for a lot of you, they feel like you weren't going to do that. I also feel like this person underestimated you at some point with that Judgment reversed, like they misjudged you. Oh no. Oh man. Okay. Are we good now? Sorry, are we back? All right, I hope that's okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. But this person feels like they feel like they misjudged you in some capacity. Like they underestimated you because they viewed you as meek or weak. That's what they thought. But at some point, I think that you drew a boundary or walked away from this person or drew some kind of line in the sand that they were like, oh, because I think that you're this empress here in their energy. They realize some level of power that you may have, a level of self-worth that they did not anticipate, especially if there's somebody who usually is the type of person to like go after the lowest hanging fruit, or if this is somebody who, you know, like you think about the red pill community, for instance, right? Like let's go with that. You know, the red pill community, it's basically a bunch of guys that blame women for their own issues and why nobody wants to sleep with them. So totally self-induced, by the way. Women don't owe you shit. But the red pill community, they like to manipulate. They feel like they have to manipulate wounded women or break down a woman's self-esteem in order to get that woman to feel bad enough about herself to date said man, right? And it gives me that vibe, to be honest with you. It gives me that vibe a little bit. Because at one point they're like, oh, you know, poor me. poor me, you know, someone doesn't want to sleep, women don't want to sleep with me or whatever, right? Maybe it's a woman, I don't know. But you made them see something differently. Maybe you made them, like, if you're a woman, maybe you made them view women differently, or like you gave them a revelation a little bit. Anyway, I'm not going to hang on to that. Not going to hang on to that. Their feelings, 6 of Wands reversed, 2 of Wands reversed. What's up, Nicole? Oh, man, look at all that. That reversed wand energy. 6 of Wands reversed, 2 of Wands reversed, Ace of Wands reversed. They feel overlooked. They feel like you don't see them, you know, and they're afraid. They're not really doing it. They still aren't really doing anything about it. But I feel like they either want a reconciliation if there's been a separation, or they may just be willing to accept that you guys can only ever be friends, or you know, they may still be wanting to reconnect with you, but they can be having a hard time getting out of some kind of cyclical thought process that is not allowing them to think more optimistically or think from a higher perspective in order to become that with you or have that with you. Because you're the Empress. The Empress is Libra and Taurus. So, and you're in their energy. So it's like, it's not like they don't see your worth. I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about it. I don't really like it because their feelings are like, yeah, Pluto. See under the surface, read between the lines. Cavern of Secrets. Oh, and what I meant to say about that, I freaking lose my train of thought sometimes. What I meant to say about that is, like, those people who do that, for instance, right? They will try to like go after the wounded gazelle, you know? And it's like, that's not a flex to go after somebody with low self-esteem and get them to date you. Like, don't you think it'd be more of a flex to get somebody to date you who has high self-esteem and high standards? Because it means that you are good enough to meet said standard. You know what I mean? And it's almost like this person goes after those kinds of people. But I think that you ended up maybe giving them a little bit of a run for their money, because I feel like they underestimated you, Libra, or something like that. Anyway, Pluto and then Cavern of Secrets, unveil the hidden wonders within the shadowy depths of enigmatic secrets and concealed wisdom. And then we have a personal issue reaches a resolution. I feel like it will. What is the secret? The Queen of Pentacles reversed. This person may be hiding somebody else. Okay. Or your guys' biggest enemy can be your own self-criticism as well. And that may be something that you're needing to discover about yourself, Libra, or you're needing to kind of realize. Maybe you already know. But like, if you are somebody, Libra, who attracts these leeches or these vampiric kind of people, like, is it because you're the wounded gazelle? Are you the wounded gazelle? Or have you showed up like that? You know, have you accepted less than? And really needing to be honest with yourself about that situation. All right. Thanks a lot, Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. What's going on, Scorpio? I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at your person's energy towards you, why you were unforgettable to them, and their feelings for you. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. The High Priestess. Ooh. Taking a little bit of money at the ATM. Love it. The 5 of Wands reverse. Okay, Scorpio. I mean, this person is definitely ready to swallow their pride, shut the fuck up, and you know, leave some money on the dresser. Just kidding. This person is very attracted to you with that high priestess. They feel like you are a very desirable person. I think that intuitively they know in order to continue this relationship, in order to be with you or date you or whatever it may be, that they would have to drop the ego and give an offering. you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, maybe this is somebody who is not really used to courting someone or buying their partner something, or they're always used to getting their way. This person realizes most likely that they're not able to do that with you, that they would have to leave an offering, like out of, like you have your own altar or some shit. What's that high priestess about? The eight is, this person is stuck on you, like white on rice, baby. Like white on rice. This person thinks about you all the time. They feel like they can't. Okay. This person may have a lot of sexual fantasies about you with that high priestess and that eight of swords. And they're like, I don't even care. I don't even want to deny it. I don't even want to fight it. You know what it reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen the Jerry Springer clip that's going around? And it's this girl, and she's got to be like 5'4", and her man who's like 6'4" or something, right? It's like crazy height difference. And he's on his knees in front of her on this Jerry Springer show. And then he stands up and she looks at him and she goes, "Stay." And she points at the ground and he like gets on his knees. That's what this reminds me of. And I'm not saying that that's really what's happening, but it gives off that tone, in my opinion. Okay. Why you're unforgettable, the Fool. Oh. You took this person on a journey and then some. Whatever journey you and this person have been on, it truly has been the fucking ride of their life with that Fool. I think that this person feels a bit liberated by you. Like you liberated this person. I don't know if it was like a perspective or maybe it was sexually or something else, but you liberated them. There's an air of authenticity more so that now radiates off of this person. Like it feels as though there were certain things that they denied about themselves before meeting you or before knowing you. But now, because there's something about you not shaming them for some kind of desire or maybe some kind of way of thinking or who they were that made them feel radically accepted. And when somebody truly sees you, and I mean truly sees you, truly knows you, it's hard to separate yourself from that because you've seen somebody who can look at all of the disgustingness and all of the nasty thoughts or all of the nakedness and the flaws and the beauty and the love and all of that and still be like, I accept you. The Knight of Wands reversed. This person, for some reason, they cannot understand or fathom why they crave your attention so badly. They're like, what is it about Scorpio that makes me crave their attention specifically? There's some level of validation that, like, it means more coming from you than it does anybody else. The King of Pentacles reversed. If this is a man, and they were really used to being inconsistent or non-committal or very stubborn or something like that, you broke them free of that. If this is a woman, or a feminine, okay. Mm. To a point, I think if this is a woman or a feminine, that this person would follow you to hell and back. However, if this is a woman, they could have, okay, so this is more of a negative. If this is a feminine energy and this is why you're unforgettable, they could have felt like they really trusted you and took a leap of faith just for you to kind of use them or waste their time. Okay. And that's unfortunately how they would remember you for some of you. But, you know, so whichever line is yours. The Chariot in their feelings for you. Cancer, the Three of Swords reversed, the Ten of Wands reversed. This person is very determined to make things easier on you. Like, I think that this is somebody who is trying to mend your heart, or somebody who is trying to let go of the past, somebody who's very determined to try to take this, like, this person is trying to take the load off for you. Like, they're trying to make your life easier. They want to make your life easier, something like that. You have Leo, you have one last move, and you have a fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. Lots of fire energy here. One last move, you have come far in your journey, keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. So this is about your own sense of confidence and self-expression, and needing to be confident within yourself is really what it comes down to. And it's telling you to keep going with that. It's telling you to be proud of what you have accomplished and be proud of who you are, and understand that something is coming here in the near future, maybe around the new moon in Sag on December 19th. But something very sexy may happen here pretty soon. Something very intimate. Okay, for some of you, I heard BDSM. Okay, maybe somebody, listen, that's your business. Okay, that's your fucking business. But it can be something that's very like kinky, or really very, let me just say, very spicy. That may be coming. It's asking you to be confident with whatever this is. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys need to take the lead, or somebody's going to take the lead. And you have to be prepared for either or, and be confident on either side. Okay, so I don't know. That looks a little spicy to me. All right. Thanks a lot, Scorpio. I mean, I guess I wouldn't expect anything less from you. Being a Venus and Scorpio myself, I understand. All right. Oh, I love you, Nicole. Thank you, baby. Love that. Honestly, love that. All right, let's move on to, thank you, Barbie. Let's move on to, where are we? Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Hi, Saggy. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the person that is on your mind. We're going to see their overall energy that is being projected towards you, why you're unforgettable to them, and then their feelings as well. Okay. Wah, wah. The Page of Swords reversed. Okay. The Four of Wands reversed. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh goodness. What's the Two of Swords reversed about? The Lovers. They feel, whoever this person is, Sagittarius, they feel like they don't have a whole lot of clarity, either in regards to a decision that they feel like you're needing to make, in regards to feelings. There's a level of insecurity here, because they feel like they don't have enough information to lead with some level of follow through. So, for instance, let's say that you just met this person and they're not really sure about how you're feeling, but they want to ask you out, but they're feeling insecure because maybe they don't really feel welcome in your space or vice versa, whatever. And so they're having a hard time making a decision about the connection. Although that feeling is that's tough. That's tough to think that way yet feel that way about somebody, because the lovers is, yeah, I don't think I can really let this feeling go. This is a pretty hard one to let go. The lovers, when the lover shows up, you're going to feel it, whether you like it or not. And it's not going to feel like anything that you felt before. It's going to feel rare. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel unique. And that's where this person is at. Yet at the same time, again, they feel like they don't have enough information to either ask you out, or, maybe if you're together with this person, maybe they want to ask you to move in, but they don't really know how you're thinking about the situation, things like that. But they're making a lot of assumptions. What's that Page of Swords reversed? The Ten of Swords reversed. If this is an ex, they can be assuming that you've already gotten over them. Maybe you have, I don't know. But they're making assumptions. It's an assumption because you don't actually know. You don't have all of the information. And so they're feeling a little insecure in regards to what decision to make in order to move forward, but they still feel contained to the connection. Like they can't really get their mind off of it. Because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to fill in the spaces, like of what they don't know. So they're filling the spaces with a lot of assumptions about you or the connection. Why you're unforgettable? Seven of Wands reversed. Ooh. Okay. This person may feel like you have a lot of haters, Sagittarius. Okay. Like if you're somebody who has reached some level of success or beauty or whatever it is in your life, they feel like you have a lot of haters because of that. And they could feel like they haven't really dated people like that had those experiences before. This could be somebody who feels intimidated by you and what you make them feel, because the Seven of Wands reverse can be where we're feeling intimidated. And I think that's the Tower reversed. They feel intimidated because they feel like you're not really willing to budge on certain things. Like that's why you're unforgettable to them. The Four, yeah, you're not willing to budge on certain things. I think that they're intimidated because they feel like you have a certain standard or you have certain boundaries that they may not be used to, that they may be confused by. They're thinking about it like, why can't I let this one go? I've been able to let every other person go, or every other person I talk to kind of, fly by the wayside or whatever, but why can't I let go of Sagittarius? Why can't I let go of this one? And there's some level of humility that comes with that Seven of Wands reverse. It's like, I'm embarrassed. It's something like that, because it's very humbling to this person. And the reason being is that lovers, because I don't think that they felt something like this before. And so now, like, I think that this is probably the type of person where they are very used to getting other people in their heads about them. And so now they're with somebody that does that to them, and they don't really know how to take it or like really what to do about it. How they're feeling: Queen of Wands reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun. You make this person really happy, but I think there's a level of jealousy or animosity that they have towards you because, well, because I think that they don't understand what they're feeling. They overthink about it. And then the more that they overthink about the connection, the more insecurities they end up having. But you make them really happy, and I think if there has been an ending or some kind of disconnect, I think that they want to reconnect with you. I don't I don't think they have bad intentions. There could be some kind of gossip, rumors, drama that occurred that ended up causing the ending. Okay. Interesting. Earth reversed, walking unscathed, and a new romantic cycle begins. Well, maybe not, right? You were fortunate. A trap was laid, but your wisdom kept you from falling into it. Shit, maybe they did have bad intentions. I wonder if that Page of Swords reverse is this person spreading misinformation about you a little bit. But it's weird because it makes me feel like it's just more so about them and how much they can't get their mind off of you or how much focus they put into you that is making them feel that way or has made them feel that way. I feel like this is asking you to stay grounded, to stay very grounded. I don't think a new romantic cycle is beginning with this person for that to be reversed. So maybe somebody did have bad intentions. I can be wrong. What was this person's intent towards Sag? The Nine of Wands reversed to get you to, oh, maybe to get you to break down your walls a little bit, but I don't think there was any like commitment here. Okay, for some of you, this person wanted to break up a relationship, or this person may have put too much stock in what everybody else had to say about your guys' connection. And they may have tried to get you in your head about something as well. Okay, that's kind of all over the place, but all right, that is what I have for you, Saggy. Thank you. I got to pee really quick, and then we're going to do super chat questions. Love that, Nicole. Dreamer, that can definitely be a thing. Trust me. Okay, let me pee really quick. And then I'm going to do super chat questions. Okay, so if you want to get yours in, go for it. BRB. All right, you guys. I'll just put this down here. I cannot get myself together. Okay. All right. Thanks, Enigma. All righty. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and shuffle these bad boys. If my mic dies, I'm sorry. You guys will still be able to hear me. It'll just be sucky. All righty. You're welcome, Enigma. All right. Bye, Mojo. Have a good one. Thanks a lot, Kenneth. I hope you have a good one, darling. Thank you so much for being here and taking care of the room for me. All right. I do offer one-on-one tarot tutoring, which can be found on my website at violettaalexis.com. It goes by the hour. Oh, is my mic out? Oh, yeah, it died. I'm sorry, guys. This mic sucks. I need a new mic really bad. I bought it on a whim. I just need to get a better one. Sorry, I know it sucks. All right, let me get my computer charger as well. Apparently everything is dying, so one sec. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. All right. Okay, so we have super chatter number 1. Okay. Hierophant reverse. I feel like it's kind of his way or the highway, to be honest with you. He could have a very different perspective for what he wants things to look like, or he's not really fully committing, or maybe not commitment minded per se, at least not all the way in, because he lacks faith in some regard, or there's some lack of healing that is causing him to have that process. Because he's an Aquarius and his major arcana is showing up in reverse, I don't think he's really in his higher vibration at the moment. Why isn't that? Sorry about that. So it feels a little, he doesn't really have like the highest of hopes, I guess. 7 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Cups reversed. It's almost like he has no, I don't want to say none, but it's like he doesn't have any fantasy or imagination about the possibilities of things. The 10 of Cups reverse, the 7 of Cups reverse is incredibly realistic. It's like too realistic sometimes, right? Like there's no fantasy, there's no woo-woo, there's no, and the 10 of Cups reverse to be there is like, you feel like something isn't necessarily going to work out, or he may kind of think that he's going to continuously pour into this in some way, but it's not really stable. So I know that sounds really shitty, but I love you. And if that is the case, then obviously you deserve better. But it just feels like he's coming from a very unhealed place. I don't know if he's dealing with like family drama or divorce, or like he's dealt with that or something, but it feels very pessimistic. Thank you, baby. It's always good to see you. All right, 1 second, you guys. Okay. All right, super chatter number 2. Okay. Okay. That's a rough one, number 2. Okay. Well, let's see what happens if you do apply for it. Okay. The Lovers reverse. It doesn't really look like it's working out, to be honest with you. Like it still doesn't really work out, the specific scholarship thing. Now, of course, you know your situation better than me. And so if you do come to that point and you feel like it's good for you, great. But the Lovers reversed, is pretty much a no-go. Something may not be, it may not be something that you can really count on, for instance, or it's something that is a little unstable or something to that regard. Okay. Or you may end up even finding that even if you were to get it, it doesn't really align with what you want long-term, or something like that. Okay. I'm not saying that's exactly what it is. Let me get some advice for that. The Hermit. There may be some work that you could do that you would do really, really well more alone, like some kind of, like you think about jobs where you work alone. You think about like writers, right? It's very lonely work. But a lot of writers are introverts, so it doesn't really matter, right? There's something here where it may be trying to encourage you to work alone, or maybe to be a remote worker in some kind of way. The Hermit can also signal for you to go within and to spend some time for yourself, to be able to truly figure out what is it that you actually want. And the Hermit is a question of, who am I authentically? And once you have that answer, you're going to know what you authentically should become, or what you should authentically do that's going to match with who you're becoming or who you want to become. The Page of Cups. And the 7 of Wands. is it possible that you would do really well in some kind of therapy, not therapy for yourself, I mean maybe, but in some kind of job where it's like there's some level of counseling or creativity or psychology or creative writing or something along those lines? Because I feel like that's what you could really excel at. I'm not telling you to quit your day job or whatever, but the Hermit and the Page of Cups, it's very meticulous work, but it's also like something that you would love, something that your heart would love. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I do hope that helped, and I'm really sorry to hear that you didn't get the thing. But I'm thinking about you. Fingers crossed, obviously. Thank you so much. All right, now we have number 3. Why is this not freaking charging? Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, this one's going to be a long one, so give me a second. Ma'am, what are you doing? Go, get out. Sorry, my cat, she wants in, she wants out. She's freaking making a bunch of noise. I'm sorry about that, you guys. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. The Hangman reverse is here. The Hangman reverse is Neptune. Sometimes this can be where we get scammed, where we are in some kind of illusion around a certain perspective that we have about another person. The King of Cups reversed is here. It may be a man that did this, okay? Or maybe it's just her masculine energy. But if there's somebody here who, where like maybe you told them or something, maybe you thought you could trust them, and then the King of Cups reverse is a person who's going to literally tell you whatever you want to hear in order to make you feel safe, not necessarily that you are, okay? So with the Hangman reverse kind of being your guidance, this is about letting go of a specific need, okay? If you have need for validation from your mother, like every child does for the most part, right? You may have to let that go, especially if you feel it inside of you that what you say is true, what you're feeling is the truth. Then you're unfortunately going to have to abide by that. So if there's some level of validation that you're feeling like you need from this person, you got to just stop needing it. Journal about it if you want to, you know? I've definitely found that the more that I talk about like any accomplishment or something I'm excited about out loud, I notice that it almost immediately gets sabotaged, you know? So if you have, especially if you have strong Scorpio placements or a strong Pluto placement or something like that, absolutely. You know, Pluto wants to take something. Pluto is about jealousy and obsession and these things. So maybe see where you have, I think you said you're a Taurus rising, right? So you have Scorpio in your seventh house, right? So this is the others. Taurus rising, that is you, right? Me, that is the self. And then you have on the other side of things, you have others, other people. And sometimes it's open enemies. Sometimes they can come from people that you know don't like you or are jealous of you or whatever. And I'm also a Taurus rising, so I can understand. I have Pluto, Venus, and Saturn there. And I have definitely been the brunt of that. So if you have any Scorpio placements, you definitely want to see, it could open up your mind a little bit more to the possibility of the kind of people that you may be dealing with. So for instance, if you have Venus in the seventh house, then it can be usually feminine energies that are doing this to you, right? Jealous girlfriends or a mother or whatever it may be. So if you can kind of look at your chart and understand that. And also, where is your Venus? Like, where do you feel like you need to be validated, right? If you have like Venus in the third house, for instance, you know, you can find this level of validation through journaling or creating content of some sort. But it's like, it's either you can learn the lesson the hard way or you can learn it the easy way, and that's totally up to you. You know what I mean? Let me get some advice about this. High Priestess reverse, self-sabotaging behaviors. You may find yourself subconsciously sabotaging yourself, okay? And I feel like when we do this, I feel like when we sabotage ourselves, it's usually because we find comfort in chaos, or we are a little masochistic, or we feel like we don't deserve something subconsciously. So you have to, only you can really pinpoint what that is for you. You can absolutely fix this error, but also at the same time, if you feel like you have people around you where High Priestess reverse is like telling secrets that you can't trust, that you know somewhere deep inside you cannot trust this person, then you have to make the conscious effort to stop communicating these things that you do not trust them with. So secrets, certain successes, etc. Yeah, Ten of Swords reverse, because it's almost like you already know what happens, but you ignore your intuition. High Priestess reverse is where we ignore our intuition and then we end up repeating some kind of betrayal or some kind of cycle. Ten of Swords reversed. Three of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune reverse. You are definitely needing to figure out who you have similar or common goals with, or people that you can learn from that can teach you something, because that's going to help you move forward in some regard in your life. And I don't know what this is about, but if that Three of Pentacles is your advice, this is about learning from people that maybe you don't always expect, being able to teach others something, having common goals, collaboration with people who, again, have similar goals as you. But you may be needing to broaden your perspective in regards to that. But don't ignore your intuition with these things, because I think that you may do that sometimes, and then you just keep getting smacked on the hand and smacked on the hand. And I feel like you'll know it, especially when there's someone around you who's like trying to encourage you to tell a secret, or trying to encourage you to open up, trying to encourage you to spill the beans a little bit, like to the point where you may feel like something's off. You need to listen to that. Or where you say something and somebody's trying to dig more information out of you, listen to that. Okay? You have Taurus reversed. So Taurus reversed, or the shadow side of Taurus, which is showing this up, is like where you may feel like you need some level of validation, and what you're willing to do in order to get that. So if you feel that in yourself, if you feel that in order to feel whole or accepted, that you must try to get that level of validation from something external from yourself, right? And we all need that to a point, but you have to figure out where that's coming from and what the root of it is. And you already told me some history here about, well, I don't want to get too much into detail. I don't want to read it out loud or whatever. But now that you know that about this person, you have to understand that you are not those things that she thinks of you. She's projecting onto you, and that's something that you have to be well aware of, because I think that there might be a lack of self-worth or self-value somewhere within you. And again, you're having to pinpoint what or whom that comes from. Connections guide. Harness the power of networks, cultivate meaningful relationships, and strategize your path to success. So it's literally like I told you, there's something about you needing to build a community or come together with other people that have like-minded goals and things and like-minded beliefs that's going to get you out of a rut, or maybe they're trying to break similar cycles as you, whatever it may be. What do you need to release in reverse? So what do you need to hold on to? Your information, things that you don't want sabotaged. Like I noticed, for instance, when I have a very specific intention about something, I realize that I need to shut the fuck up about it. I realize that I have to not talk about it until I actually put it out there. Like I just have to shut up about it, because I notice that it never actually ends up happening. So I feel like it could be the same for you, okay? To my fellow Taurus rising. All right, thanks a lot, number 3. All righty. Beautiful picture, by the way. All righty. You're welcome, Memo. What's the sign? Oh, we're not on sun right now. We're doing super chat questions. That's right, Nicole. All right, so moving on to number 4. All right, let's see, number 4, if this is ever meant to grow into something real and true. 7 of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. I think that this really taught you about what is worth your time and energy, and what is not. Who is invested in you and who you are invested in. Are you getting something out of this? I know that I've been in relationships where I felt like I was giving so much that I was like, what am I getting from this? Like, what am I doing here? What am I getting from this? You know, and like really needing to answer myself honestly. And I think that it was likely attempting to teach you that as well. Okay, so I don't see it really supposed to grow into anything else. I think that it's kind of like, I know it sounds harsh, but I think it may have outlived its time a little bit, where if you were to try to invest in this, it would just be like trying to pour water into a bottomless cup. You know, it just goes right through, nothing really happens. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. There was another karmic situation, the Nine of Cups. I think it could have felt like everything that you wanted at one point. It was like everything that you wanted, okay? The way that you would know what this connection was or who this person was is somebody who may have been very self-serving, somebody very just content maybe with where they were at in life and they weren't really wanting to take it to the next level, somebody who is just very self-focused. And the lesson around that was the Seven of Swords, which can sometimes be about what we're willing to sacrifice for others and what that cost us versus just focusing on self. And I think it really may have taught you something about needing to put yourself first in some regard, okay? And needing to be a little bit more protective of your energy and your time and your body or your, you know, your heart or your mind or whatever it may be, okay? So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything with the karmic situation that you were talking about, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean that you're going to be single forever or that someone is never going to come into your life. Okay. Just not this one, not right now anyway, from what I'm seeing. Okay. But I love you, number 4. Take care of you as always. And then we have number 5. Okay, let me see. Is this person going to come back around? The Strength card, yeah, likely, but it will be on his own time. It will be on his own watch, his own clock, you know what I'm saying? It will be in a very controlled way, I think, after a long time of holding back. How will it show up? The Page of Wands reversed. It could be like something that is a little passive. Like he looks at your story, or tell me more about this. The Magician. Probably online, probably something online. You could feel like it, do you ever feel that energy of where someone's like watching you or they're doing something, but they're not really like making a move. They're just kind of spying or whatever. There's some kind of intent there. You're going to feel that. And it's likely going to be maybe on social media or something. Like you're going to feel it. Why is he curious? The Eight of Cups reversed, to see if you have really walked away or if you're really over him, or, you know, that's kind of the vibe, to be honest. Okay. Like to see if you would be willing to take him back. Thank you so much, number 5. All right. We have number 6. This one's gonna take a while, okay? So give me just a second here. Okay, number 6. Let's see why this person, what his deal is. The Knight of Wands reversed, the Temperance reversed. I don't think that this person is very content with their life as a whole, or this is somebody who's very in and out, just looking for some level of validation or attention, but doesn't really have any direction in regards to where it is that they're going. This could be a player, somebody who's maybe more interested in sex, to be honest with you, Knight of Wands reversed. And that Temperance reverse can be somebody with the Knight of Wands reverse who is very consumptive when it comes to sex or intimacy, trying to get attention and validation from people. That can kind of be the vibe. Is the Temperance reversed, Knight of Wands reversed. This is not somebody who stays in one place too long. They're going. They just don't always know where they're going. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a player energy. Can I get one more? The Five of Wands. This is very fiery energy, despite him being a Taurus. It's very ego driven. It's very ego driven. It's about whatever is like feeding his ego, to be honest. Can I get advice for her? What should she do about this? The Six of Pentacles reversed. I think that you should pull back your energy. I don't think that you should give to him. Like, for instance, right? This is just an example. If you're wanting a relationship, but he's not, but he's there and he's like taking sex from you, you know, fuck that. Don't give him more of what he doesn't already appreciate, or what, you know, that's why it's like so important, right? Like, have these kind of like those conversations, like what the expectations are and stuff, because I think you should pull back your energy. You know, don't give him what you feel like he doesn't deserve. Thank you so much, number 6. I really appreciate it. And then we have number 7. Sure, let's see. Two of Pentacles and the Empress reversed. So before, when things may have felt to him like they were a little chaotic, he may have found chaotic, aka your the issue that you were going through. Now he feels like he can handle the way that you are now better, you know, but he's preying on your self-worth or your self-value issues. Anybody who abandons you in a state like that does not deserve your time or your energy, if I'm being honest with you. And this is going to be really hard to hear, okay? People don't abandon people that they love. They abandon people that they were using. So this is obviously totally up to you. You know him better than I do, but I think this may be somebody who could be potentially preying on any kind of perceived self-worth or self-value issue that they feel like you have. And now that they feel like things are a little bit easier to deal with, now, you know, like people who don't stick around for the hard times, those are fair weather people. Those are not your ride or dies. You know what I'm saying? And I also hope that you're okay. It sounds like you've really been through a lot, and I'm thinking about you. Then we have number 8. Hey, number 8. All right, let's see what's coming towards you. The Five of Pentacles reversed. It can be that some money comes towards you that is going to be able to help you pay off some kind of debt. If there's been a miscommunication or a disconnect between you and a person, I could see that coming back around. It could be that some kind of pain is released, maybe through some level of conversation or some kind of giving to another person or allowing another person back into your life, vice versa, in order to overcome or heal something. I do feel like there's a person, this King of Wands reverse, could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, could even be a Cancer rather, but whoever this is, it just feels like they're still kind of in their ego about something. They are still having some kind of confidence issue or feeling a little arrogant around a situation that they're still not over. But it sounds like they're still trying to knock on your door. Maybe they're trying to apologize, but it's kind of like this. Like this is the best example I can give you. Like, let's say that this person did you dirty, right? It reminds me of when there was someone who did me dirty, and I met them at this restaurant, and they were there to try to make amends. And I was like, okay, well, are you going to apologize? And they're like, well, I'm sorry. And I was like, ew. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it reminds me of. So let's see what else is coming towards you. The Ace of Swords reverse. There could be some kind of delay. There could be a feminine energy. Like, I don't know if this is a friend or I don't know what your orientation is. Okay, I don't try to pretend to know. But there could be some kind of delay, or you may feel like somebody's not really speaking what it is that they're truly feeling. Or there could be some kind of situation where it could be a platonic love or a romantic love in your life, but you could be feeling like you don't really have the go-ahead to express yourself in the way that you want, or vice versa. The King of Swords reverse. You may feel like somebody in your life is attempting to gaslight you about an emotional situation or about a relationship or something that you know intuitively. It's like it feels like somebody is trying to manipulate the truth. But it's like, these are your feelings. This is something that you know intuitively. And I think it's more insulting than anything. Anyway, I hope I'm wrong. You have House 8 reversed. Getting advice. Seek guidance with an open heart. Ready to learn and grow from wisdom offered by others. No pressure. And then your commitment is being tested reverse. Well, when I think of like the shadow side of health, well, that's interesting that I accidentally said that. Maybe you're needing to focus on your health. Maybe you need to focus on your health or nutrition or something, or maybe you need to go to the doctor. Oh, that's weird. Obviously, this is not medical advice. Okay, I'm just saying. But House 8, this can be something that feels very karmic, or these can be fears, like certain things that maybe you feel like you're trying to hide, or things that you don't want to change, just basically things that you're afraid of. And I think talking to like a trusted friend or your tarot reader or your astrologer or a therapist or something can really, really help you in understanding that there's really no shame in that. Your commitment is being tested reverse. What does that mean? The Page of Pentacles. I don't feel like you're being tested. I don't feel like anybody's testing you, or God's testing you, or the universe is testing you or anything. But to me, it's about not procrastinating on something. Like, I feel like you're needing to put an effort towards something. And the Page of Pentacles can be about your health. Pentacle energy can be about your health. It can be about something that you're needing to start, something that maybe you're needing to follow through with a little bit. Okay. Maybe it's that you need to figure out what you're actually committed to, like full-heartedly. Is that a word? Okay. It can also be about like debts or taxes as well that you're needing to talk to a CPA or some kind of financial advisor about. Oops, wrong one. All right, thank you, number 8. All right. Now we're moving on to number 9. Okay. Let me see. The Death reverse, likely either a Scorpio or somebody from the past. What's the intent here? The Five of Cups reverse, somebody may be asking for forgiveness or asking you to apologize or trying to clear the air about something from the past. So it's definitely past energy, whether you like to hear that or not. And it seems like they're trying to alleviate your stress, or they're trying to clear the air about something. All right, now we have number 10. Okay. Okay, let's see if anything could work out between the two of you. Justice reversed. So the Justice reverse can show up when somebody is just acting on their own personal self-interest. When they're acting on their own personal self-interest and they're not really, so the Justice in the upright is we. I'm thinking and making decisions in terms of we, not I, okay? But when the Justice is reversed, it's I'm just thinking on terms of me. So I feel like somebody may distribute some kind of selfish behaviors that would not really allow the connection to progress. The Queen of Swords, I feel like she would be pretty straight up with you about things. That's Libra energy again, but she would be pretty straight up with you. Like, there's no bias here. Okay, like this is a very cut to the chase. You know, I'm not going to play this game. That's kind of her vibe. The Two of Wands reverse. Because somebody's not willing to come out of their comfort zone or choose differently than they usually do. What would he need to do in order to change that? Like, what would be the advice if he wants something with this person? The Six of Cups, you would have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. The Six of Cups is Sun and Scorpio. This is to be deeply authentic. This is to allow someone to see you truly naked. Not literally, okay? Don't think like that. I mean, yeah, sure. But like emotionally. Like truly letting someone in regards to who you truly are. Because once you make that energetic investment and somebody still accepts you, the person will feel, they will feel more motivated to give that back to you. They will feel more motivated to continue to invest because it will make them feel comfortable. The Knight of Pentacles reverse, if you're like very critical, or if you refuse to kind of put in the work, or if you're too busy listening to what your friends or your boys or everybody else has to say about the connection, that's going to be what fucks it up. Okay. And the Ten of Wands reverse. It's like, you don't need to make things harder on yourself, you know, and I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but there could be a moment in this connection where you end up being too critical of her or too critical of yourself, and then nothing actually moves forward. And really, you just found that you bit off more than you can chew and you weren't really ready to be truly authentically vulnerable, right? And we've all been there. Hello. I've definitely been there. But like, you still don't need to make things harder on yourself or her. So I feel like if you would want that to change, you would need to show up naked, not literally. Okay. As far as 2026, let's see. The King of Pentacles reverse. Is this him? Yes. King of Pentacles reverse and the Chariot. So I want you to just be very cautious. I think that you're very motivated in 2026. You're like ready to go. You know, it's the year of the wild horse, right? Everybody's on fire. Everybody's ready, right? But you may end up, I don't want to say that, but you may end up finding yourself latching on to people in order to gain something from them. And we all kind of do that in some regard, right? But you could find yourself maybe using somebody to obtain your own desires. I don't know if that's sexual, financial, anything in regards to status. So just be careful with that, because while I think that your drive and your tenacity is very strong, like you seem to be very motivated and courageous, just be cautious of how you go about it, because you may try to be taking shortcuts, or you may really end up burning some bridges. So now that you know this, right, just make sure that you have the goodest of intentions, and I'm sure that you do. Okay, you're my little angel. But just be cautious of how you go about things, okay? Yeah, Three of Cups reverse. Be careful of burning bridges. Be careful of getting caught in drama, third-party situations, gossip, etc. Because you could be kind of like the butt of gossip because of the way that you're trying to go about something. Okay, what else? The Eight of Wands. There could be a lot of traveling this year. I know a Sagittarius loves to hear that. The Moon reversed. Okay. The Four of Swords reversed. I feel like you're getting the fuck out of the house and you're going to go touch some grass. Okay. It seems to me like you're pretty motivated. I think you want to travel. You may do some writing or some reading or some learning, and it's going to open your mind. And whatever it is that ends up opening your mind, whatever it is that you experience, it allows for a different perspective. It allows you to, like, whatever this trip is, or this class is, or this teacher, or whatever it is that you're doing, it's this person or this experience is helping you release some kind of fear of something. Like, it's a fear of something. Okay? If there's been any like mental health issues or anything like that, I think this is your chance to be able to relieve that, whether it's like OCD or you're overthinking or whatever it is, paranoia, I don't know. So it may be coming from like a mentor or a trip that you go on, something like that. You have House 2. So this is about your money and the way that you go about getting what it is that you want, right? So, and I told you to be cautious of that. Be cautious of how you go about it. I like that the Feather of Hope is here. It says, grasp the Feather of Hope, a delicate symbol of upward promises and an uplifting nature. So I feel like this year is likely going to teach you to be a little bit lighter, okay? Maybe not take things so seriously. Be a little bit more hopeful. Focus on your money. Focus on your values and your morals as well. And it's telling you that confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So I know that we're having a new moon in Leo. I think it's in February next year. I'm not sure, but something may happen around then that's going to ask you to be more confident. Like maybe you want to take a trip, or, you know, maybe there's something that you're wanting to put on social media or something in that regard. And it's telling you to have confidence with that. Okay. That's what I got for you. Thank you, darling. I notice I get quite a bit of masculine Sagittarius clients. I've noticed that. I have really noticed that. Very interesting. You're welcome, Faye. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I didn't see it before. All right, number 11. Oh my God, hi. What's up? Let's see. Okay. Okay, why is this person not talking to you? Let's see. The Five of Swords reverse. This is somebody who feels like they just can't win with you sometimes. The Knight of Swords reverse. It seems like he's triggered by something. Like the Knight of Swords reverse is when we're triggered. And we're feeling so triggered that Five of Swords reverse, we're feeling it. It doesn't matter what we say or what we do, that we're needing to take a more passive approach, because that's the only way that we're going to find peace of mind or whatever it is. The Fool. He may be on some kind of journey to discover who he authentically is, or he's trying to kind of let bygones be bygones. Like he wants to pack light. Like he doesn't want to feel this heavy burden of energy or drama or arguments or whatever it is that you guys are going through, or whatever the drama is, if there is any. It seems like, because you think about the Fool, right? He packs really light. He doesn't want to carry all that weight with him. Okay. Why else? What is something that she may have done to make him not talk to her?
The Emperor acted like a whole ass man. No, I'm just kidding. He may feel like you have some level of authority over him or the relationship sometimes that he doesn't feel comfortable with. Like he may feel like you have a lot of I don't know, masculine energy, or again some kind of authority or some level of control that may make him uncomfortable. Or if it's not that, then he could feel like there's a masculine around you that makes him uncomfortable or makes him feel challenged. 8 of Swords. He feels like you're stuck on a situation that you won't let go of. Ace of Cups. He does feel like you have a lot of love to give, but he feels like you obsessively think about what's the 8 of Swords? The 9 of Wands reversed. He feels like you're paranoid about something. Or again, he feels like there's something in regards to the way that you think or your mind frame where you like grab onto something like a narrative or an experience and like you don't let go of it, and it creates some level of paranoia in your mind. So whether that's true or not. Okay, interesting. How does he want to move forward with you? Let's see. The 8 of Pentacles. He wants to put in the work. Like, I don't think he's afraid to put in the work. But he wants you to notice the work that he puts in, or he wants you to recognize some kind of effort that he puts in. Like, he wants you to see it. Like, I think he wants to be validated. The Knight of Cups. I think he loves you. I think he cares about you, you know? But he just wants to know that something he's doing is appreciated, or that you think he's cute, or something like that. What does he want from her? The Devil reverse. He wants you to be aware of your toxic mentality. Okay, this is just his perspective. I'm not saying it's the truth. Okay, but if he feels like you have a toxic attachment, or you do have a paranoid thinking, or like something, he wants you to come out of that. Judgment reverse. He wants you to be accountable for something. He wants you to be accountable, and not like, if you, there could also be something where he feels like you misjudge him, or you judge him unfairly. And he feels like you won't let go of something from the past, but you also won't take initiative to understand your own part that you've played in something. It's weird. Not all is lost, baby. You know, not all is lost. He cares about you quite a bit, but he wants you to notice something. He wants you to see him. Something like that. The Conjunction, it's asking you to come together or merge together. Hurtful events. As you navigate this challenging time, learn to let go of the past so it won't weigh you down. What is that? Prosperity lies ahead. So I guess once you can do that, you can find that things get a lot easier. Prosperity isn't just money, you know? So really interesting. So I actually don't hate this reading. All right, cool. Not all is lost, number 11. All right, now we have number 12. Hey, number 12. Good to see you, as always. Okay. What do you need to hear about your current situation? The 4 of Pentacles. The 2 of Cups. There's definitely love here with that 2 of Cups, but I think that someone is holding it back out of fear. There may be a fear of taking some kind of risk, or it may also be saying that for you, you may be holding on too tightly to love, or holding on too tightly to a connection, or you may be needing to take a risk. Will she find a solution? The Sun reversed. What is that? Okay. What is the solution? The 4 of Cups reversed. So I'm gonna be honest with you, number 12, okay? For the sun reversed to be like, if you will find a solution, the sun reversed is when we're too in our ego, or we're feeling too down, or maybe we're just too pessimistic to be able to find the solution, you know? Like sometimes when we assume the worst, that's exactly what we're gonna get, for instance, right? I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's asking you to, for a cups reverse, it's asking you to find some level of gratitude with where you are right now, or it's saying that you have the ability to change something, but it's in your power, because there's some kind of, again, pessimistic mind frame that you may have that you're needing to come out of. Okay. So for instance, even if this is like somebody who, you know, maybe they just are very held back emotionally and they just never open up to you, right? Let's just say that's what it is. And like it's been like this for 2 years or something. And it's like you're just really sad about it and whatever. It's like, get up, girl. You know, like get up. Like it's been like this for this long. You got to do something about it. So I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's asking you to like get up and do something about it, because the mind frame that you're stuck in is what's causing you to like not do it. You know what I mean? There's a mindset shift, I think, that's needed. I hope that that makes sense. Number 13. Okay. Will you work things out with the person on your mind in the future? Let's see. The Nine of Swords reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. There's something about you being in your head, or something about your level of a mentality. Right now, I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing anything stabilizing, to be honest. And I do think it's partially because of some kind of mindset shift with that Nine of Swords reverse. The Nine of Swords reverse can be when we are projecting our paranoias or our worries onto a situation, and then we end up like not even taking care of ourselves, or maybe we start being too critical of ourselves, or you know, it's like some kind of self-abandonment. Okay. And I'm not saying like you're just sitting in your bed for weeks on end eating ho-hos and watching Netflix. You know what I mean? Like it's not, I'm not saying that, but there's some element about that there. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, number 14. All right, let's see what is coming for you in 2026. Hopefully it's good stuff. Let's see. The Page of Swords. Okay, what's the nature of that? The Nine of Pentacles. I really like this for you for 2026. Number 14. It looks to me like you may end up meeting up with people. Maybe there's some class you take. Maybe there's some kind of collaboration that you enter into. Maybe you end up taking a course. Maybe you end up doing some kind of content creation or video creation. There's either like a class or a course or something that you end up creating that leads you to more stability, but not just stability, knowing your worth and being able to work smarter, not harder, having enough money to enjoy your life, go to the spa, go on vacation, maybe something like that. Feeling really good too. You have to think that the Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, baby. So that's like you're very close to some kind of self-worth or self-value. Like not saying you don't have that now, but like you're leveling up. Okay, what else? The Two of Swords reverse and the Three of Wands reverse. There could be some kind of decision that you make to go forward with a plan, but you may end up figuring out that it's not really what you want, or the plan doesn't really work. And so you have to go back to the drawing board and reconfigure. So like, for instance, let's say that you want to take a course on astrology, and then you're like, okay. And then so like you get ready to do it or whatever. And then maybe you start paying monthly for it. And then you're like, actually, I don't want to do that. I really want to do tarot. And then so you circle back and you're like, oh, I have to cancel that subscription. It's not really what I want to do. I want to get this tarot course, right? I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's something. So you're having to kind of like circle back a little bit. Okay. Thank you, darling. Sending you good vibes. I'm also going to pull you an oracle card because you bought 3 different ones. Uranus. And ride the current. Embrace change. Flow with the rhythm. and release resistance. Answers unfold in the dance of transition. Wow. So you got to hold your vision. I feel like you have a very specific goal in mind for yourself that I think that you're really wanting to conquer. And I think that you can, but you have to be willing to come out of your comfort zone and kind of think outside of the box in regards to the changes that you're wanting to make. Like embrace that. Like stop resisting something. Okay. Thanks, number 14. As always, a pleasure. Number 15. Okay. Let's see if he will seek to repair this. First of all, I'm sorry. Let me see if he will seek to repair this. The Four of Wands, I think so. I think in due time. I think maybe around a time where maybe he gets married, or maybe he gets engaged, or he moves a home, or something like that. Let's see where you'll be at in life when this happens. The World. This will be after something, this will be after you accomplish something big. Or you travel, or you achieve something that you've been trying to achieve for a long time. When you have a more, I'm not saying you're immature now or anything like that, but when you have a more mature mindset, or you've worked really hard, you're really proud of something, that's likely when this person will come around and try to heal things with you. Okay. So no, it's not going to be forever. Thanks a lot, number 15. Best of luck to you, of course. All right, guys, that's what I have. I love all of you. All of the readings were taken up, and that's it. But of course, if you ever want to get a personal reading from me, you can visit my website at violettaalexis.com. I also have little mini reads up there at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of the information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment in the chat section. A very special shout out to all of my beautiful, lovely lady mods, Kenneth, Complexity, and of course, my biggest dog, Lori, who does all of the timestamps. Lori, you work so tirelessly on this channel, and it is never underappreciated. Thank you so much for doing this for me. I definitely would be in a pretty shitty situation if I did not have you helping me out. So thank you. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Of course, Lori. All right, bye, guys.